Hey, Bruce Naylor, your boomer consumer. Thanks so much for watching. And I just want to jump right into this video. And I want to begin with telling a little background story so this all makes sense to you. A couple years ago, I decided that I needed a new computer. I wanted a new computer, but I didn't want to build my own, so I looked around for pre-builts and see what kind of value I could. And of course, generally your best value is the machine you build yourself. But I just didn't want to do it. I wanted a warranty, and of course I'm using it for business. Anyhow, I came across a refurbished Area 51 R2 on Dell. And this thing was really well equipped at the time with an i7-6800K, 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, 512 gig SSD, and a 2 terabyte backup drive. In addition, it had a GTX 1080 Ti graphics card. And it was dirt cheap. I think I got it for around $1,500 or something at the time. It was crazy good price. Now, it's a 62-pound computer. This thing's a huss. Nonetheless, I bought it and then I paid for an extended warranty on it. Never give me a bit of problem up until the time the extended warranty was about a month or two from running out. And I started getting blue screens, and I started having all these issues, spontaneous reboots. I had the Dell Premium support, and they sent somebody down with a new motherboard after running diagnostics and working with me remotely. Well, that did not solve the problem, and we did a fresh install of Windows, and they remoted in and grabbed the drivers it needed, and we updated the BIOS, and we did all this stuff with Dell Premium support, and the computer began to work fine. So I thought, great, let the warranty run out. Wouldn't you know it, within a week, 2 weeks, started doing the same stuff again. It's crazy. I said, no, I can't see putting any money into this older computer. So I'm going to use a laptop. I have an Asus UX501. It's a pretty potent laptop. It's a few years old now, but it's got a quad-core i7, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gig NVMe drive on it, and I hooked it up to my monitor, mouse, keyboard, and used it. But it's got a GTX 960M graphics chip in it. Well, long story short, I'm really looking forward to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and I got to thinking, yeah, this laptop's a little underpowered in the graphics department. This day and age, I'll look for a new computer. I can't put any more money in that Dell. I don't fool around with it anymore. It's a 62-pound computer. Lugging it around, forget about it. So I began my quest to buy a new computer. And I had a particular budget in mind because I want a machine that's going to last. So I looked at 3 different computers, 3 different form factors. So I'll start with the first one, which was the MacBook Pro, the 2016 16-inch or 2020 16-inch MacBook Pro. So I priced it out the way I wanted it with the i9, 32 gigs of RAM, and a terabyte SSD, $3,299 plus whatever AppleCare cost on this thing. I thought to myself, Bruce, that's crazy. Even though I like Mac, and I've got a Mac Mini 2018 over here, that's just nuts, because you're paying a premium price, number one, for a potent laptop that you're not going to use really as a laptop. You're going to be using it as a desktop machine. No problem whether I use Windows or Mac. And by the way, no, I don't want to use Linux, okay? That's off the table. It just doesn't make any sense to use a powerful laptop strictly in a desktop environment. If you're going to use it, take it with you and go places, then it makes perfect sense. But $3,300 plus AppleCare, not even going to use the secondary display, or not going to use it as a secondary display. Thus, I ruled out using a laptop as a desktop replacement, plus the fact that you pay that premium price to have everything miniaturized, and of course, at times you might be dealing with thermals, etc. I'm paying for a screen and keyboard trackpad that I'm not even going to use. It's going to be running in clamshell mode all the time. Space is kind of a premium on my desktop, by the way. I've already got an ultra-wide monitor on it, so it just didn't make any sense. So what's my second choice? Well, then I looked at an all-in-one. And if you know me, one of my most popular videos on YouTube is a one I did with Computing Forever. I did one on his channel about why desktop machines are better than all-in-ones, and he did one why all-in-ones are better than desktop machines. It's gotten a lot of views. Hang on, I'm going to drink a sip of water. It's got a lot of views, but I'm pretty much an anti-all-in-one guy until CES, where HP unveiled the HP NV32 all-in-one machine. You talk about a beautiful all-in-one machine. It's just amazing. 32-inch 4K display, HDR up to 600 nits. Now, most of these 4K monitors, 300, 350 nits, 600. Okay, so that is amazing. 32-inch, beautiful display, combined with a built-in sound system from Bang & Olufsen, which everybody's raving about. And I priced this out at around $2,500 with the i7-9700 CPU, 1 terabyte backup drive, hard drive, and then oh, I see, yes, okay, 1 terabyte NVMe drive, and an RTX 2060 GPU. That's a ray tracing GPU on an all-in-one. Nobody else is doing that. Lovely machine. But then the voice of reason kicked in. Bruce, again, the same reasons still exist. You can't upgrade the thing. Whatever you buy, that's it. That's what you got to live with. Can't upgrade the memory. You can't do no user serviceable parts. That is a deal breaker for me. I just can't get around that. That's why I've never had a desire to buy a new iMac. I've had an iMac in the past, back like it was a 2006, I think, iMac, but I just cannot, I can't do it, man. I cannot get around the lack of upgradability for on a desktop type machine. The fear that, hey, if the display goes out, I may have a brick right there. I just can't get around it. I ruled that out. The third option is a true desktop PC. And I looked around and I said, you know what? I think the most bang for the buck would probably be an Ryzen-based system. Now, I had good luck with Alienware for the most part initially. Let's take a look at a Ryzen Aurora edition, okay, the Ryzen edition. And spec this out. Ryzen 3900 12 core, that's 24 threads. Then RTX 2080 Super graphics card, 32 gigabytes of RAM, a 1 terabyte NVMe drive, plus a 2 terabyte backup drive and liquid cooling. $2,210 plus tax and shipping. Okay, that's a lot of bang for the buck. That is a potent beast of a computer, and I thought long and hard about it. So what was the best tech for me in 2020? I'm keeping the Alienware Aurora, or I'm sorry, the Alienware Area 51R2. So what I did this weekend is I put it back under extended warranty. I think it was $169. I spent the weekend uninstalling apps, running upgrades. I reseated the memory, the video card, made sure all that was fine, and it's purring like a kitten right now. But if something breaks on it, well, then that's going to be Alienware's problem. You see that? I'm not using that computer to its maximum potential as is. I'm not stressing it out. It still has plenty of power all these years later that I'm not even using, and that's the point of this whole video. I think sometimes we become so enamored with the latest, greatest gadgets that we look at our older gadgets and go, no, let's... But if you're not even using what you got to its current potential, if it's more than doing what you bought it for, then maybe the best tech of all is the technology you already have, that's already paid for. Right? Sometimes we don't throw things out just to get something new. Maybe we fix what we got and hang on to it and keep our money and invest in something else that'll make our life better. And that's the whole point of this video. This machine, which you can't see it, I guess, in this frame, this shot, but this Alienware Area 51, this is a 62-pound monster. And I can still upgrade it. I can still upgrade video cards in it. I can still add more RAM to it. I can take it to 32 gigs, which is what I'm going to do. And if anything goes wrong with it, I still have another year of warranty left on it. I was a dummy for letting it run out, but I thought, hey, I'll get something better. I'll get something newer, greater. Nah. Ultimately, I'm looking at these numbers and so forth going, but Bruce, you don't even use this stuff to its maximum potential, you know? Why have all this overkill when you don't need it? Now, I'm not discouraging anybody from buying their dream technology at all. I mean, I'm a tech enthusiast, a tech YouTuber, and I review stuff all the time. But sometimes, before you go chasing rainbows, take a good hard look at that machine you're using right now. Are you really using it to its potential? And if you are not, maybe hang on to your cash a little while longer. We know computers are just going to get better, faster, more powerful as time goes on. It'll be there waiting on you when you're ready. But for right now, I figure I've got a couple grand in my pocket that I could have parted with on a new computer and still not realize any real benefit from it. So that's it. Bruce Naylor, your boomer consumer. Food for thought. That's what this video is. Food for thought. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.